My mom left me $40 million. Should I buy a new RV? That's a question I received, and I'm going to be answering that right now in a couple seconds. I'm Dr. Dave, the RV dummy, and yes, it's a true question. I'll show you how I vetted this whole thing, but we're going to answer that. But first of all, I want to thank you so much for being with me. I really appreciate it. And actually, if you didn't know this, I've been helping RVers for 1/50th of a century. Yes, 1/50th of a century. So I'm glad you are with me. I really am. Let's get right into the questions. I've got several of them for you today. We're going to start off with this one. Now, we withheld this gentleman's name. Yes, it's a male. We withheld his name for confidentiality reasons, but I'm going to go ahead and read you this question, and I want you to listen very closely because I'm going to try my best to help him. He says, "Hello, Dr. Dave. I love your channel. I have a question that I hope you can help me with. I have been researching the new Leisure Travel Unity Edition RL and would love to buy one. The RL stands for Rear Lounge. Money is not an issue as my mom passed away from an accident and left me $40 million. 40, did he say $40 million? 40 million? He did say that. I know you do not know me and this sounds unbelievable, but this is a true story. The money is in a trust fund now, but since I just turned 45, I can access it now. So I want to know if I should go ahead and get this RV. I do need to tell you about a problem, though. I have two diseases. One is diabetes. The other is Crohn's. I am on expensive medication, which is paid for by my SSDI. Also, I have a disability. They classify me as a slow learner. This Class B van is much bigger than what I drive now, and the factor of the diseases, illnesses is what is scaring me. Also, I worry about it if I get in the van and I'm out on the road and have a bad couple of days, and I could really get myself into trouble. So what I'm trying to ask is, due to my medical situation, should I be doing this? I appreciate any help you can give me. Now, before I answer his question, I'm going to call him James R. I've changed his name. I've withheld his real name for confidentiality reasons. As you can understand, I did some homework on this before going on to the show. First of all, the Unity Edition starts at $134,000. The one he wants to get, the LR, is beautiful. I mean, it looks like a hotel room. It is just, it's gorgeous. There's no question about it. I believe it's a B+. It's larger than a regular B. I'm pretty sure it's a B+. And also, I checked this guy out. I did the best I could as far as cross-referencing little hints I got from Facebook and YouTube and anything else. And he's real. He's the real deal. He's not some phony made-up thing. He's real. So I want to start with that. So what can I do to help James to answer his question? The money is obviously not an issue at all. He's got $40 million. I wonder what that feels like. $40 million. Well, I'm really sorry your mom passed away in an accident, James. That's horrible. But for you to have $40 million and pretty much live your life practically any way you want is a blessing. And she blessed you with this money. So let's take good care of it. Make sure you have a good financial planner. That's first and foremost. I want to make sure. You did mention to me that you've got a guardian. Make sure you've got somebody that understands how to handle this money for the rest of your life. That's extremely important. Now, so money's not an issue buying this. It's like me going out and buying a candy bar, for somebody with $40 million to go out and buy this. So that money's not the issue. The issue is his medical condition. And he's got diabetes and Crohn's, which of course are two pretty serious diseases. But not only that, he did tell me that he's classified and he's got another disability. He's a slow learner. So things can definitely happen out on the road that we need to be careful of. First of all, James, yes, driving an RV is totally, totally different than driving a car. It takes practice. It takes confidence. It takes a lot of dexterity. It takes attention. There's a lot involved. So I don't really know you well enough from just our back and forth, so I can't really say whether it's going to be a good idea for you to drive this. And yeah, you're right. You could be out on the road somewhere, who knows where, and develop a medical problem, hit something, get into an accident, and then what? Then what? So here's what I'm going to recommend, James. I think I want you to have this lifestyle. I think it could be a great, great lifestyle for you. However, I'm not so sure you should go it alone. With everything you told me, I'm just not so sure. Do you have a companion, somebody that would share this dream with you? I know you said you're not married, but is there somebody in your life that would be able to accompany you, help you, drive when you don't feel like driving or when you're not able to drive, but just help you out because this is an amazing dream and I want to see this come true for you. I really do. Now, if you don't have anybody like that in your life, I don't think I've ever done this before on my show, but I'm gonna throw this out there because I've got a lot of viewers, a lot of subscribers, and a lot of people just seem to wander on and watch these videos. So if there is anyone out there that is alone, feels that they could be a really nice help, a companion to James, why don't you comment below? I'm sure James will be monitoring the comments here, and let's just see what happens. Now, we've got to be careful because in this day and age, in this world, there are a lot of crazy people out there. And the last thing I want to see happen to James is that he gets scammed, he gets taken advantage of because we're putting it out there that he's got all this money. So I want to make sure, and James, you've got to make sure that if you do find a companion, and a companion could be somebody that you pay. Let's face it, there could be some really good people out there that maybe are working, and they can't do this. But if you've got $40 million, if you're able to pay somebody to become your full-time companion and hang out with you and vet the person really, really carefully, make sure the person's a good person and they're not after your money and they will never have access to your money other than what you pay them or what is agreed to, this could be a win-win. This could be an incredible change in your life for the better, James. And I can just tell, I can feel how badly you want to do this. And I want to see if there's any way we can help you. So yeah, if there's any listener, viewer, subscriber, friend out there that thinks they might want to have this lifestyle and help James out on the road, that would be incredible. So let's comment below. If you want to message me privately, feel free to do that. And let's see if together as a community, we can help James out and help him fulfill his dream. I think that would be really, really a cool thing to do. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. James, thanks so much for being honest and with your whole story there. It's an amazing story, and I really want to see you have a happy ending to this story. Next question. It is from Kevin Patrick in Ashland, Virginia. I know Ashland, Virginia, by the way. Ashland, Virginia is just a little bit north of Richmond. I went to school there for a couple years. It's a beautiful part of the country, actually. And Kevin asks, Dave, I know you do not believe in taking out loans for RVs or cars, etc. You're right. I don't believe in taking out loans for anything with a motor, anything like that. Really, I don't believe in taking out loans for anything other than the exception would be for a home. And there's still caveats for that as well. But to continue with his question, I kind of understand, but maybe not 100%. I grew up in a family where we had always borrowed money for cars, campers, and 3 boats. Wow, what a family. Could you please explain your reasoning behind only paying cash? Thanks, Kevin. So Kevin, it's a great question. I've talked about it quite a bit before, but let's take it. Let me give you my reasoning behind this. First of all, and I know I'm going to get pushback from some people, but I don't care. I really don't care. I'm trying to help people do the best thing in life and the right thing in life. And what I really don't want to see is people living paycheck to paycheck, struggling, getting into debt, and then not being able to accumulate money for later in life, for retirement. So my thinking is this, Kevin, we should only buy in life what we can afford to buy. Now, some people are going to say, oh, but you're privileged, you're a doctor, you're wealthy, you've got money. But no, it has nothing to do with that. First of all, I worked pretty damn hard to get where I am right now. I'm not privileged. I just worked and worked and worked and worked hard. So, those of you that, and maybe not any of you, but those people, I should say, those people that live life for the day and, YOLO, you only live once. Let's do it now. Let's spend everything now. It's the weekend. For those of you that do that, you're not gonna be able to accumulate money. And so when you only buy things that you can afford, spend less money than you make, and the earlier you pay off all your debt and start accumulating for retirement, and you do this, and this becomes your lifestyle. You don't take out any loans for anything. It becomes your lifestyle, and the money starts accumulating and growing and growing. And there will come a day that you look up and you look at your portfolio and say, wow, Dr. Dave was right. I can do almost anything I want now, and I can pay cash for things because I've got no debt, and I've lived below my means, and I've accumulated money, and now I can not only do what I want to do, but I can afford to give to charities, give to people that need money, give to causes, continue this legacy for my children and grandchildren. There's no better feeling than that. But when you're on the hamster wheel, the wheel that keeps going around and around, and you're getting paid, and you take out a loan for this, and you're paying, and you've got debt, and you can't make ends meet, and not only that, for cars and RVs and boats and anything with an engine, things like that, it's a depreciating asset. So it's one thing. It's one thing if you take, and I'm not in favor of this, but if you take out a loan on something that's an appreciating asset, there's still risk involved in doing that. But when something is depreciating, it's going down in value, and you've taken out a loan at this point, and then basically when you drive it off the lot or the showroom floor or sign right here to make the sale, to complete the sale, it's going to be depreciating. It makes no sense. It does not make sense at all. But Dr. Dave, the only way I can have fun with my family and hang out with my grandkids in an RV is if I take out a loan. No, that's not true. That's totally not true. You don't have to get the latest and greatest brand new RV to have fun with your family and hang out with your family. No, you don't. You buy what you can afford to pay in cash. And guess what? If you can't afford anything in cash, if you've got no money to your name, or you got a couple $1,000s to your name, you've got no business. You've got no business buying an RV anyway. You got to take care of some certain steps first. The time will come, but we're adults. You got to take care of things first. Pay off your debt. When you have no debt, think about the money you have coming in. It's all yours. It doesn't go out. And then you start accumulating and saving. And then one day you'll have the money to buy the RV that you want. But in the meantime, buy used, buy cheap, buy what you can afford, be careful. I'm looking out for you. I just don't want to see you. I don't want to see you mess up your life. And I've done it all different ways. I've made all the stupid mistakes. I remember when I was very young and just got married, and I saw some kind of ad on TV about buying this furniture. It was like beautiful, beautiful furniture. And it said, or you can pay just $35 a month and you can have this. And I'm thinking, yeah, that sounds great. I can afford $35 a month, but it's stupid. You don't buy anything like that on credit. You just don't do it. You pay cash what you can afford. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Please listen to me. It works, and it's the fastest path to wealth. Well, I don't want to be wealthy. I just want to have a rig where I can hang out with my grandkids. Well, buy a rig that you can afford, and you don't have to be wealthy, but be comfortable, and don't live paycheck to paycheck, and don't go to sleep at night worrying that somebody's going to come take something away or collecting bills that you don't have money to pay. I've heard so many horror stories. Please listen to me. Please listen to me. Next question. It is from Aaron DeBoer Vlogs. That's his screen name, Aaron DeBoer Vlogs. Hey man, love your channel. Thanks, Aaron, I appreciate that. I have a question about trading in a couple of my motorhomes. I own a 2017 Roadtrek Zion with 5,000 miles on it and a 2018 Jayco Alante 31R with only 1,000 miles on it. I want to trade in both motorhomes for a 2019 Unity FX. These Unities are getting a lot of play today, and I've got no stake in the leisure travel company, but a lot of people like these Unities, it sounds like. The Unity with all upgrades comes out to $160,000. I bought the Jayco for $90,000 and the Zion for $90,000. I'm hoping to get $80,000 for each of them. That way I don't have to spend any extra money. Any tips on how I should go about doing this? Well, Aaron, thanks so much for the question. First tip is, I love you and everything. I think you're probably a great guy, but are you like somehow addicted to buying motorhomes and keeping them for a very short amount of time and then getting sick of them or feeling that they're not the right one for you and then trading this and trading that and buying new? And it's a very, very, very dangerous lifestyle that can spiral downhill very quickly. If you think that you paid $90,000 for each of these and a couple of years later you can get 80, you're like living in a dream world. I don't think that's going to happen. They depreciate much faster than that. So I have not done my research on that. I don't know if your numbers are accurate, but my point is, I hope you don't owe any money on these two. I hope you can sell them. I would not sell them to a dealer. I would go on rvtraders.com or RVT, something like that. Take great pictures, do a great sales pitch. Hopefully they're in great condition. Find a buyer, and then go. If you really want to do this, go ahead and buy that. What do you want to buy? You want to buy a 2019 Unity, but are you sure you want to buy a brand new one? Are you sure for 160K? Are you positive you want to do that? It seems like you just keep trading up and try. I don't know. I'd be very careful. And also, but whatever you do, pay cash. Pay cash. If you don't have the money, do not buy it. That's the best I can do for you. Again, be careful. Be careful, Aaron. I hope this helps you a little bit. David Green says, surely this is not really on the internet. I'm dreaming. David, we are on the internet. Yes. And maybe you are dreaming. Is a great dream, isn't it? Isn't it a beautiful dream? The RV dummy, helping people with their RVs for 1/50th of a century. No, you're not dreaming. This is real. Wazris says, love your content and presentation. You are genuine. Thank you for being you. Well, Wazris, thank you for being you. Because without people like you, I couldn't be me. So thank you for being you, and I thank me for being. That makes no sense. Okay. Michael G says, hey, RV dummy, what is your preference as far as computers and devices when you are RVing? I love this question because I am a tech guy. I'm a computer guy. I'm going to just share with you, Michael, what I use. And again, you just kind of extrapolate, interpolate, and do what you think is best for you. Now, I am an Apple guy. I will tell you that. I carry my iPhone wherever I go, and it's an older iPhone. I've still got a 7. I just haven't been like tempted enough to upgrade to the X or the 10 or whatever you call it. I'm sure it's beautiful, but again, this is an example of only buy what you really need. Don't keep things don't make us happier, and don't always feel you got to get the latest and greatest. Again, I could afford, honestly, between you guys, I could afford to go buy a 10 right now and pay cash for it. But do I need to do it? This thing is working well for me. One day I will get a newer one, but for right now, it's fine. But this is what I use for my phone. A lot of my internet stuff, I just use the iPhone. Now, since I have a business and I'm doing video conferences and stuff and Photoshop and movie production and things like that, video production, I also do carry a MacBook Pro with me all the time. So when I'm traveling, when I'm out on the road, you're going to catch me with my iPhone and my MacBook Pro, and that's pretty much all I need to do everything I need to do. As long as I've got an internet connection, cell service, whatever. I'm good to go with those two things. Now you might need I can't speak. You might not need a MacBook Pro. You might not need a laptop at all. An iPhone or an Android device or a device might be good enough for you for what you need. Everybody's different. I can't say, but I'm just telling you what I use. iPhone, MacBook Pro, I love them both. I'm in love with my Apples. Okay, next question. And actually last one. It's not a question. I think it's a comment. No, it's kind of both. Felicia Felicity says, Utah is a great place to visit, but now in case you don't know, guys, I'm in Utah right now. And Yoko and I sold everything we own except for our van and a couple cars. We moved everything, including our cat, Boo Boo, to Utah. Right behind me is Liberty Park, which is, by the way, right across the street from where we live. And to be totally honest and forthright and transparent, this is a green screen. I'm sitting in my studio right now doing this. It's a green screen. But if you looked out my front yard, if you looked out front, this is exactly what's in front of we love it. Every single morning I go over in Yoko, we go over to Liberty Park and we do a combination of running and walking. We go at least 4 miles. It's just, we love it here. We love Utah. After living in Baltimore all my life, Maryland area all my life, it's time for a change, baby. The East Coast living it's crowded. I was ready for a change, and we just love Utah here. Now, so Felicia says Utah's a great place to visit, but living there is a whole different story. Well, I'm not sure what she means by that, but yeah, it's a whole different story. We are loving life here. So I kind of get the inference, Felicia. I think I know where you're going with that, but Utah is a beautiful, beautiful state. Down south, you have more of the national parks. Up here north, you've got the Great Salt Lake, Salt Lake City. I'll tell you something, we are digging it. I feel like I'm on vacation every single day. And my buddy Steve is going to be driving out our RV within a couple weeks or so. And by the way, when he's driving out west from the Baltimore area out to Salt Lake, he's delivering our RV to us. We had too many other things to carry, including our cat and 2 cars, so we could only juggle so many things around. That's why he's helping us. We're going to try to do some videos with Steve on the road, split screen down the middle, and we're going to have some fun with Steve while he's on the road doing it. And by the way, I'm going to make sure I get this right, but check out his name is Steve Moore. Check out his YouTube channel. He calls himself I think it's Outdoor Nomad, if I got that right. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to check it to make sure. Outdoor Nomad. He's got a great channel, and he's a fun guy, just one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet. And he's a retired truck driver. So he travels all over the country and going to parks, national parks, state parks, campgrounds. He's got a really cool little channel. So help him out. Take a look at it. Outdoor Nomad. I'll see if I can put a link down there to it. I think that's all we've got today. I think that's it. I think it is. So again, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this. I can't tell you how I appreciate you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And let's see if we can help out James R. with the first question of the day today. So until next time, I want to tell you, first of all, I love you. I'm Dr. Dave, the RV Dummy. Until next time, you take care. See you later. Bye.